I can neither confirm nor deny that. Put it on my consideration list.
I mean, it'd be smart to have them have a destination to sail to while they're waiting for us to get back from the banquet. But my question is, how long would it take us to sail to that island?
Uh, right, go ahead. There's a problem though. You know, never been to the island, so that might cause us to teleport somewhere else.
Well, we could easily sail the ship there, teleport back to Rexland, and then we know where our ship will be at. I honestly don't want to do freaking Sharad's arc quest without him, so I'm not gonna. But if we can get there that way, whenever he gets a chance to play, we're there. No traveling, no need to go through several encounters just to get to our destination. We will be right there when he's ready to get that quest going.
I mean, I'm good wherever the party goes. I don't really know what's going on with Sharad's quest line, so I would be kind of confused.
Uh, well, I'd recommend leaving some like we can leave J office with us, right?
Yep.
Maybe make J off and just sit well with the crew protecting until we do this 1 day thing and then we'll be right back. But I'd recommend before we even teleport, we require to find a safe spot for the ship to stay. Because leaving it wide in the open is just begging for trouble.
Well, we are obviously do know that this island's hostile to us, so best to leave this island and go to another island. My guess is go to wherever Sherrod wants to go and park
But
our ship
is
there.
is that island gonna be like they might be hostile as well?
True, but they won't know we're coming.
True. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, better to go to a place that isn't aware of our presence than to stay in a place that is aware. As we can see with the corpses littered outside, uh, like on the shore next to our ship.
Well, I'm okay with either. I'd recommend to just teleport there, but just I'm okay with it. Okay, since no one's talking, yeah, let's.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna go to that other island and investigate and make sure it's safe.
It's crazy. This is how you're gonna reintroduce yourself every time, you know.
Well, the last time I've been pulled into a hellish portal, so I had to kind of stick with.
Well, it fits you.
Yes. Anyways, I'm gonna brush off my pants and my clothes like it was just a little nothing. Be like, well, that was certainly not what I expected.
We're gonna do this every time you disappear on us.
Well, my grandfather was calling me. Sorry about that. Turns out I'm kicked out of my family. Yay! But besides that, I still want to get my merchant stuff because I'm not who I am without my.
Hey, you know I used to be a merchant, but I
No,
wasn't. Yeah, just wasn't the charismatic type. So couldn't sell well in the past.
Your prophets say otherwise.
Yes, because in the past I tried to be more of a con artist. Now my products sell themselves. That's what we see, you know. Is this what you're gonna do? Just gonna send an ominous picture while we're vibing. Well, if we want a safe location, we either investigate that place, make sure it's empty, or we just head to another place. And I'd recommend the second choice.
Yeah, well, if Shorad was here to voice his opinion, he would disagree with you. But I personally think if we can just leave the ship here, it should be fine as long as it's concealed, or at least not in obvious plain sight. How wrecked does the ship look, actually? I mean, our ship. I was trying to get like the idea of like what it might look like if it was battered or something, and we could probably pass it off as like another wrecked ship to this place. I mean, at this point, I have one stupid idea. I can make use plant growth to make it look like it's something that's been here for a while. I could do some plant growth or something to make it look like it's been here for a while, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, I guess as long as nobody comes sailing around this area, the ship should be fine, and as long as no one comes actively searching on the island, ship will be fine.
Right? Yeah, sounds good. Also, Malleus and Joseph, I forgot to introduce you to my brother. Since we didn't really get a chance to talk after we've gathered again, I'd like to introduce to you Tribak.
You. Joseph will look at him for a bit longer, then look over to Xavier and be like, uh, okay, but where's Adora and the other one?
Well, the other one was taken by the drow, and Adora's Dora's passed.
How did that happen?
Me and the other one and Tribaco were in an arena with a dragon, and during the midst of battle, before Tribaco knew I was his brother. Adora had attacked him and he had attacked back. And yes, Adora ended up dying.
Wait, Adora's dead?
Well, should it be in-game narrative or out-of-game narrative?
And they make ass in game then.
All
And
right.
now where is that beautiful Adora at? I just love gazing upon her.
Joseph's just gonna face palm himself with a mask on. Be like, just ask that question, Xavier, if you would.
Right, I'll explain it once again for you, Malleus. In the arena where we were put by the Drow Queen, we were forced to fight Tribaco and a Black Dragon. During the midst of the fight, Adora had attacked Tribaco while I was trying to tell him I'm his brother. But in the midst of it, he ended up attacking her, and as you may see now, she died. And that robot couldn't save her.
Alright, my character's gonna look like he's gonna stop smiling for like a whole minute and then smile again like, well, I guess that's a bummer. She was actually quite nice despite her aggressive.
Truly was. It's a shame.
Now I'm concerned. Do we have to worry about your brother attacking us as I look back to him? Uh,
Tribaco, do you want the events of the arena to happen once again? Do you want me to beat you to a pulp?
uh, before Chewbacca answers, Xavier Joseph will answer his question. Be like, I have a problem with you killing my comrades. Yes. Did he say he breathes fire? Oh shit!
Now that sounds like an issue that we might have to come across later. But let's deal with this charade business and get on with these charades.
Uh, God damn it! God damn it!
It's what happens when you get a dad playing D&D.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's Bakugo. Trust me, I hate it more than any of you. It's my brother.
to be honest, from the way Muzio's role playing him, it fucking fit.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Made my brother a bitch.
You know what? My character looks like a faggot, but you know what?
Jesus fucking my list.
I said that out of character.
Yeah, obviously that was out of
Wait. Okay, I'm looking at the character art. When the fuck did you guys beat this Queen of the Scorpion folk? What the?
I don't think we ever did. Just Gino likes to show people who are gonna beat the shit out of us later on. Oh wait, no, I actually saw her before. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I that
Yeah, she was scary, man. Sh- Yeah, I have nothing to say other than she was scary, man.
Jesus. All right. So Joseph's just gonna be like, honestly, I won't have a problem with you as long as you don't decide to kill any more of my comrades. As for breathing fire, I can summon demons that are immune to such an element.
Hey, Joseph, remember that one time we had that one scoundrel on our ship? Remember how we took care of him last time?
Yes.
Well, if situations ever come down to again, we should come up with a safe word for that time. I'm just gonna nod my head a bit in someone's direction.
God.
Okay, if you'll excuse me in this conversation, he's my brother after all. If anything occurs, I'll be the one to put him in check.
I will hold you to that, Xavier. And meanwhile, Malice, speaking of, as I go to the back of to the part of the ship where I can see out to the ocean to see if we still have our associates following.
I think they've been long gone. We haven't been out to sea for quite a while, and they like to hang out in the deeper waters or where the fishermen.
Fair point.
And that boat literally hanged out in a swamp. So
Well, actually, out of character, can sirens go on land? I'm sure they can't like travel on it, but can they like go up to the shore?
yeah, and I think they fell in there or something.
Oh, holy shit!
Poor fish folk. They were sexy with their teeth.
So, now, since we found a place to hide our ship, should we go?
That would probably be the best course of action, considering. So who's all going and who's all staying? I can honestly say, let's not have Geoff and your brother Xavier on the same part of the boat.
Oh, yeah. It's a good idea. All right. So the must goes are the three of us. You and obviously. So that's four. Anybody want anybody else?
Actually, I think should stay behind, cause we are, even though we're not gonna be attacked from the sea most likely, things might still attack from land. So we need a definite quick.
Well, that's why we're gonna leave either Tribaco or Geoff. Because if we leave we're not gonna be able to come back here after this. She is our
Joseph just gonna look to Malice like, I mean, if Yuno says we won't have a means back unless you're going to tell me you have a means of casting this spell.
But actually, I lost a bit of power since I went back home. They kind of stripped me of a few things. If you haven't noticed, the X-nay and the swords.
Yeah, I noticed. So, if you don't have the spell we could use to get back, we do need to be able to get back to the ship once the I cannot think of the word. I know I've said it before, and all of a sudden now it's slipping my mind. the thing.
All right. Well, I think if Yuno's coming, then we should probably keep those two on the boats. The less we want to keep this as small as possible. After all, if one of us mess up, the most of us are gonna get caught. So the smaller, the smaller the team, the smaller the burden.
Well, uh, there is a thing. I don't think keeping two hot-headed gladiators on a ship is gonna be a good idea. Especially one of them can set flame to stuff.
Geoff isn't really high headed, but I think you would be see your brother as a challenge and want to challenge him.
On a flammable ship, all of my brother's attacks are heat-based.
Yeah, and another problem is we can't exactly bring your brother with us to the elves because if he were to set fire just for someone looking at him strangely, that wouldn't make things go well during the.
We can leave my brother in an inn. We're gonna still have some time, right, Zeno? There's gonna be time before the banquet. Yeah, so we can dump my brother at any tavern.
Alright, as long as he can behave himself while he's there. Um, Geoff can can attend to the human soldiers. Uh, are we going to leave? Fuck, what is his name? Okay, there it is. Moxell or Moxley? Are we gonna leave Moxley here with his troops, or are we bringing him?
Well, I don't know. His choice, really. I think he's best here to control them. Check. But at the same,
Oh my god! I mean, at this point, it doesn't seem like your brother will be in too much problem. Have too much problems with Geoff. I do think they'll be noisy on this island and probably cause some destruction if they spar with each other. But I think your brother's fine here.
they might make people come and hear they're fighting.
Yeah.
We're not
But
sure if this island is a.
actually, I'm just gonna simply put out that that might actually be a good thing if they hear them fighting, because they're gonna see two warriors duking at it every once in a while, and if they can do that much damage to each other without killing each other, now imagine actually intent on killing. Any good thief know that that's not a good thing to mix together.
I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, everyone has their limits, so numbers basically quality quantity over quality. Some people, depending on who's here, if anyone is here, just throw a bunch of smaller people at these two hulking beasts until they drop.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. That reminds me of my family. That's how we play it along, and I'm still alive. I mean, sure, I lost two brothers, but it's common.
You might be the most interesting person I've ever
In and out of character, I'm concerned, Valius.
met. I'm very concerned, but at the same time, at this point, Malleus is just. He's either terrifying or he's just a big liar. And I just don't know.
And the funny thing is, according to the rest of his family, he's the weak one.
You know what's funny? If passive insights were like always constantly on, I have a passive 21, so if he was lying and if Zeno were to be like, yeah, he's lying, I would be laughing my ass off the entire fucking time. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just amazing. I'll just Xavier trust every word Malleus says. Clearly, is just a fascinating man with.
Well, out of character, I'm just gonna simply say my background is my mother is a demon, well, a devil, and my father is a human, and I was raised by my mother and her family.
Okay, so everything you said is believable.
Possibly so. I could be exaggerating a little.
Yeah, but
I mean, here's the thing. The reason Joseph would probably be looking at you skeptical, but not really questioning it, only because, as exaggerated as some of it sounds, a lot of the time you come in the most ridiculous ways. Like you keep coming out of like a hellish portal for no reason whatsoever, other than, oh, I went to go see my folks, and yeah, I just got the boot.
right. So, final thing. All four of us will be going to the banquet only. Am I right?
Uh,
Yeah, that should be us. Me, Joseph, Xavier, and there. Whatever looks.
and probably add Mira. I'd say we'd probably add him just in case, like he does show up. That way, he's not just being purple misted in. That way,
No, let's
he's
just say he's purple misted in. Come on, let him nut that way.
no.
All right. Also, Malleus. Joseph has that weird armor that lets him put on a suit. But me and you need to, before we head to the banquet, we need to buy some formal wear.
Yeah, agreed. My clothing isn't actually up to par as it once was. Dad didn't take it too easy on me. Well, at least my grandpa. That's why I call him so.
Also, I have this little thing. As you see him put out his hand, there's a little spider. Just this spider, I bought it. It's supposed to make you a clean guy. So I'll use it on both of us before we go.
Be like, I love you.
Joseph, hearing you mention about his armors, is like, speaking of, as he says the command word phantom, and this is now what he's gonna look like.
Well, don't you look spiffy? You look like you can be two sides between a demon.
If he could, that's an illusion. There's not much he can do. Well, I have the look fitting a baron at least.
Well, I say, shall we go?
Yes, we shall.
All right, forward march. I'm gonna walk in like a very stompy kind of way.
Ready.
Sure. What did I just hear? I swear to God, Zeno, we can't catch a fucking break. We can't catch a fucking break with you, can we? I know that's it.
I'm gonna go ahead, clap my hands like in sheer joy, jumping up and down, like do it again, do it again, do it again.
We did it before her, you know.
I'm gonna do the courteous bow and be like, well, good evening.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a moment after hearing the Rexland was on fire and there was dead bodies littered everywhere.
Well, well, well. If it isn't rather great. I've heard so nice of you to consider it half a barony. I'd consider it a 1/10 of one, but still. Oh my god! Just Xavier's just having a mental breakdown in the inside.
Joseph's just trying to process everything, going, can you start from the top, Your Highness, and tell us exactly what happened while we were away?
I'd rather hear start from the bottom if you know what I mean.
I'd rather take the words from Freya's mouth herself. Boom,
Well, that's very convenient, but I wonder if one of them is my cousin. I'm gonna go ahead and start searching the corpse.
Oh my god.
Alright, call me crazy, but couldn't Freya have been preparing a raid? Alright, was just a passing idea.
Joseph's just gonna look at Frey and be like, yeah, you know, Xavier's not too far off. At least on coincidences. It was off. It was pretty. It sounds like more than a coincidence that you would have your weapons drawn ready to defend Rexland during such a time. I almost have this feeling that maybe you're the one who orchestrated this.
Joseph, not a good idea. Accuse a woman of her power.
Hmm.
Read the room. This is her saying, if you
Oh
talk about
fuck.
this again, I'll kill you. Fuck. This is, I hate so much. Zeno, you don't understand the hatred I have for you. You suck.
So
Just,
my really horrible deception check was me trying to tell Freya, no, I'm completely on your side, miss. You did nothing wrong. So that sounds rather kinky there. By the way, I was not lying in that whatsoever, so I'm not gonna make a deception.
this is party. This party. It's so fucked up. We're so just
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. That's the huge problem right now.
not a problem. It's just we know for a fact. We know for a fact that she did this herself. But King Rex, most unreliable king to ever exist. Why did I choose to be loyal to him? I hated him.
At this point, right now, literally at a character, I've thought in my mind, what if my character literally start going in under the same alignment as his deity, his patron, and he becomes king of fucking Rexland by undermining Rex himself. But honestly, that was more of a bypassing thought. But at this point, it's starting to sound like it probably would be something to think about now.
So, well, I assume we'll be seeing Freya tomorrow at the banquet. Lovely. It's so lovely that I'll
I'm
be.
gonna go ahead and raise a hand. Can I be a plus one?
Joseph just goes, uh, Your Majesty, I must object, being as it was you who was invited to speak with the Queen, and you and your trusted leaders. So Freya can come, but she shouldn't be representing you yourself,
How about
Your Highness.
you representing you?
Your Highness, if peace is to go forward, you need to speak with the Queen directly. She's going to be there with her trusted leaders, so why don't you do the same? Well, maybe as the new appointed princess, maybe that could be tasked with Freya and her minotaurs. They seem bulky enough to do some construction work.
Come on, Joseph. I'll give
I have my lucky, so if I fuck this up, I can always use it.
you. Yes, that
Oh fuck! I'm in general. No.
thing.
17.
Freya.
I'm
Freya,
gonna try to make it a disadvantage and going. Well, everyone could learn some new talents. I mean, I learned to sail thanks to our captain Moxley when we were sailing out on the ocean. So your Minotaur should be able to learn how to do some construction work. We still have some fine people here that can teach them.
you don't need to do all of that.
Okay, so what I'm
Apparently
gonna
not.
do, I'm gonna do quicken spell, enhance ability, and I'm gonna do Eagle Splendor on Joseph right now without him noticing. So he has advantage on charisma checks.
Oh shit. So freaking Joseph just gonna kind of smirk at Freya, just give a slight wink as she walks.
Xavier's just gonna look at Freya and just like, it's a shame I won't be seeing more of you tomorrow.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give a very I'm gonna give a very flirtatious wink at her as she walks away. I'm gonna take that as equally as flirtatious as I gave to her.
My God. So, since that's sorted out, thanks to Joseph, um, what should we do now? we need to check on our manor. We need to, me and you, Malice, need to go shopping, and yeah, we just gotta check on up on everything.
The hell?
Oh, I'm gonna check my barony. I'm gonna my estate, see how it's doing, and after everything has happened, and then I'm gonna investigate further on this bullshittery I heard. Investigate Ashan's tower, see if there's any clues or hints. Maybe find where all that stuff fell over, if it's still there or hasn't burned to ash. And I'll probably have my Pixie Morgan kind of keep an eye out on Freya. Thankfully, she can go invisible, so no way Freya's gonna be seeing her. And I'll just kill time by seeing how the townsfolk is doing and uh, going back to my estate to retire before tomorrow's events. My Pixie Morgan, my familiar. So she's gonna turn invisible and just start watching Freya, and we'll port back to me. Loving it.
Oh, fuck.
That part is that might actually happen to him, being as after the banquet, I'll probably be playing as my cleric, unless something happened to him. But I had him to where he's sitting in the elven wood, just wandering. Oh shit! Well, at least I know she can cast magic, and clearly I made an impression on her. Not probably my brightest move, but I don't trust her.
Shoot. Uh, I guess what I'll do is I'm gonna after I do some shopping with Xavier with apparently looking for suits and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and every once in a while hang out with a Minotaur, help him out a bit with my intelligence, which is pretty much average, and help him out a little bit, just so I can befriend a few of them. I'm gonna try to like I get an amiable position with some of the Minotaurs.
Malleus, you're typing in dice roll.
I'm not trying to be their best friend or anything, just be on friendly terms. I'm gonna ask him his name. Just I don't really care if it's clever or not. Well, surplus. I'm gonna go do a curtsy ass bow to him as if he's royalty and be like, "My name is Malleus, merchant by trade, and if you ever need anything, let me know." I have a feeling that one of these days you're gonna have the most glorious of all battles, and hopefully we be on the same side. But you never know with how some politicians. Well, that is certainly admirable. Good plus. Well, I'm gonna extend my hand. Like, hopefully, we never see on the extended side of the other board. But if we ever do, know that I will treat you as an equal always. I'm gonna still hold out my hand as if expecting a handshake. And be like, well, it's nice meeting you. Have a pleasant day. And here's my water cat, my flask of water. You can have this. It might help you out a little. Yeah, but the worst thing is, it's a lot more better getting dehydrated than it is to get a good old gash from some sort of beast or wyvern. See you on the battlefield someday, Mr. Plus. I was assuming I spent the rest of the 8 hours trying to talk to random people, with only befriending one Minotaur with my personality. In one of those situations, I'm gonna literally offer him a flask of water.
Now that you've called them plus and minus, my brain is registering them as the Pokemon from fucking.
Same. God.
30-21. Oh, nothing. I'm just being friendly to you guys, helping you guys in any other little way that I can. I ain't much in the muscle department and such as warriors such as yourself, but just here to offer you some condolences and some help if I can. Let me know if you need something. I'll try to be here if I can. My name is Malleus. Sure. You mind getting on one knee? Cause I can't exactly reach there with my little half a pop body. I'll scratch it like I'm scratching a kitty cat. Hmm.
Fucking prestidigitation that shit.
Man, if your future wife, if Rhea saw you doing that, she wouldn't be.
I am talking to myself doing pew 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 sounds as I'm thinking here. Oh, I know. Okay, okay, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell him to hold his breath and do my poison spray cantrip and kind of massage it into the fur to act as a pesticide. Yep, yep, basically. And then I'm gonna ask him for the container of water and just rinse it out with some water so his fur doesn't remain being poisoned.
How about a minus favor?
I'm gonna go ahead and be like, no, no need. I'm already trying to befriend your brother plus, and you guys seem like honorable folk. I'm just trying to be here to say that you know, no matter what happens in politics, you will always have at least an amicable friend here. Well, if we ever see each other on the battlefield, I'll always treat you like a warrior that you are. All right. Well, you have a pleasant day, sir. I'll try to check up on you every once in a while if you see if you need some more water.
All right. So I wanna check up on Thomas and Apo. Check up how they're doing the barony, if everything's the wannabe barony, if I may say so, and check up on. Yup, and Hapo is the mage that makes my barony cold. All right, good to know. Good to know. So they're doing all right. Then yeah, I just have to go check up on the suit thing. So Xavier will go buy a suit. What? Yeah, Xavier needs to buy a suit for the banquet tomorrow. Is there something finer than fine clothes? Like exclusive stuff?
Fine clothing is fine, sir.
Nah, 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 but I don't want fine. I want extraordinaire. Alright?
Literally, you literally wear a cloak of leaves on your character's body.
Ex-
You
ex- exactly. Most of the time, I'm naked, man.
what else do you need anything more than fine? The
Because when Xavier goes all out, he goes all out. Since I never wear clothes, the one time I get to wear them going to a fancy thing, I might as well oh. Uh, Xavier will buy the third and fourth one. The fourth one is for Baco. Even though he's not here, I'll still buy him a suit. So I'll buy exactly. Ooh, ooh, is there like a priest in the town? Okay, does he have the remove curse spell? Okay, regardless, I want it. I, I want to get rid of my living gloves of alchemist supplies.
for some reason I thought you were gonna give it look for that paladin and give it to him. The poor guy that came swimming to the fucking docks when we first got.
No, 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 no. I just need to remove the curse, so I am not wearing them. I'm not a bad person. I, not 100%. We'll talk about this later. All I'm asking right now is I need to remove this curse. All right, I gladly pay. God, boom. Finally, I have my atonement spots again. And yeah, that's all I want to do.
Uh, Joseph will kind of give a smile and nod and kind of move his hand to cast prestidigitation to clean Freya up and say, "For your troubles," as he keeps walking.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion to create a little heart above my head, like a little emocon.
Uh,
I'm gonna go ahead and make it show like it's broken hearted, but then fixed again.
Malleus lives in a cartoon. While Xavier is walking away from her,
We lost Xavier. Holy shit! As Xavier's walking, you know. I mean, I did her a favor and cleaned her up before leaving.
hear me?
Eh, I
Yeah.
heard you.
All right, great. So just as Xavier is walking away from Freya, he's just ge- he's just gonna be like, even though I full-heartedly wanted this to happen, it's a shame I won't be seeing you at the banquet. Would have been interesting, if I may say so myself. I suppose that's correct. Hopefully, we'll be acquainted later on. Uh, you are an interesting woman, Freya. You truly are. As he walks away. Hey, I was being completely nice to her. Even though I wanted her to, I wanted this 100%. Freya being in the banquet, just with the nobles, would have been amazing.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it seemed awfully suspicious that her troops were there at the time of the attack, and if she's got an army of minotaurs and she's a battleborn, not something fit at a banquet meant for peace.
bruh.
Yeah, my
Don't
pixie's
play that.
my pixie's gonna continue to keep an eye on her. What the reputation that Joseph wanted to build, but this is what's.
No, I have to say, I don't think any of them would recognize Malleus at all. I would just be a wild card, seeing as I never really took part in any of the main battles that was published.
Yep.
While they're looking scared at me, I am gonna do flirtatious winks at them constantly, male and female.
Come on, nat 20.
Would that be
Nat,
persuasion or just charisma?
nat 20. Nat.
I I believe that's a 14.
Wait, what? That
Seeing
is
seeing as
clearly
he
a half elf.
acknowledges me, I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, get close to him, be like, "So, what you doing?" Not actually expecting conversation, by the way. We have to find time for that later.
If anything, Joseph's just looking around to kind of like get a layout of the room, see anybody he might recognize, noble wise or whatnot. Just get a feel for the room, and I think fuck it, I'll take off the mask. He would have taken off the mask before the banquet. Nice.
Xavier's just gonna go to the most interesting looking people there. He's just gonna look at the weird people who don't look like they're supposed to be there, but they're nobles, and he's gonna go. Yeah, exactly. Bruh, I. Oh my goodness. This would be a great time to sell my legendary potions. I'm
Oh
just saying.
no. Oh
I'm
no.
just, I'm just saying. This would be a great time to sell it.
What are you, Super Saiyan?
Exactly. It's a legendary charm potion. I can get a lot of money. I mean, I'm not gonna exploit the people. We're here to
Here,
make.
here's the thing. That's a charm potion, and we're amongst elves. What? What? Yeah.
So what? Elves can buy it, use it on humans. Elves have enemies other than elves. So racist.
No, I mean like, oh, what elf would use that potion, especially when they have advantage? Or like with a charm potion, yeah. I mean, it could be used for combat reasons and whatnot, or like for infiltration and such. But I don't know. For some reason, I was
None of
thinking like love potion.
no, none of them. This is clearly it's gonna be used for political gain. It's a level 9 charm potion. Potion. It can make people do whatever you say for 8 hours, man. You know how much havoc you can cause in that time?
Who is this
No,
drow
Valius,
woman?
no. I think if I remember, isn't she like the bodyguard or the right hand woman of the queen?
No, no, we have Malleus with us. No, he's gonna be kinky again. No.
All right, so
My name is Joseph Kristoff. I am one of the barons of Rexland, here to want to represent Rexland with King Rex, as well as one of the members of the Amiable Arsonists. And he says that last bit with a cringed face. She's she's currently rebuilding Rexland from an attack. Well, we did
I'm gonna
just
do a curtsy bow. Like, actually, Miss, I was part of the crew that helped out as well. I had to attend to this, seeing as I am a merchant and I wish to do some trading on behalf of Rexland as well.
I
I was
uh,
going to wait afterwards, my darling. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
we would have helped, but by the time there, we got to Rexland, the fighting was already done, and I don't know. You just have to have been there to see the situation. But we did,
Joseph,
we did save Adora's mother. A very uh, fuck. What was her name? God damn it.
Nia, Nia
Yeah,
Flynn,
yeah, we did save Nia, one a very valued individual to the queen. So
Joseph. If they're looking for excuses to hate us, just let them. We don't have to defend ourselves here. We're here to represent Rexland, and that's it. Just let them do what they want.
well, that's the life of an adventurer. So you would
I'm just
know
gonna
if you
say
partook in such.
we are
I,
males after all, too.
mm,
I'm just gonna. Sorry to interject on you, Joseph. I didn't notice you were talking until I started talking. Um, I'm gonna simply say, like, we are males as well. We're lesser compared to you females.
Well, it appears being peaceful and respectable isn't gonna work with some of them today. So let's see where this to.
maybe Freya would have felt at home coming here.
Of course, she would have. These people are bloody fucking pigs, and it's lovely being with all of them. This is gonna be an extraordinary event.
The fuck is she doing here?
Wait. What? No, yeah, but But she's on another island. She couldn't have possibly gotten. No,
Hold the fuck
no,
up!
nah, nah. I'm sorry, Zeno. This is like there was a line, and you not only have passed that line, you no. I swear.
Wait, who's this fucker?
That's the guy that controls the worm speakers, and that's the guy of the pirates. Why are they here? Why are they here?
Wait,
The
didn't
formula.
that guy die? I thought we killed him with the fuck. Is this a different?
Oh, this is the leader. We killed a wizard. This is the actual leader.
No, didn't Malleus and I tie the fucking captain up and then freaking have him on board for a while, trying to interrogate him, and then eventually we're like, you know what, we're gonna feed you to the. Oh shit! How the fuck did he survive?
I'm gonna subtly cast on all three of us as a fourth level spell, Ego Splendor again, so we all get charisma checks for an hour.
Oh god,
Uh,
this this is going fantastic.
Xavier is just gonna look at those lovely people and just is like, I expected this to be interesting, but oh, today will be marked in history. I'm excited to be history today.
I felt like I feel like we were lied to. I thought it was just between the elves and the humans. No, we're going for the entire world apparently.
You know, I have to say, likewise, I am extremely delighted to see know how you escaped. Well, you know what? It ain't nothing at all for what the things we've done to you, but here's 10 gold for telling me such an amazing story and getting out of there alive. I ain't expecting forgiveness whatsoever. I'm just saying, tops to you. I ain't no pity. I am actually impressed.
Joseph goes, honestly, I don't know why you would expect anything less. You did outright attack us, so I don't know. How's how's the barbed devil, by the way?
She kept that thing in her purse. Okay. Wait, who are you talking to? 22. Xavier is just gonna. Ma- oh, sorry. Go. Oh, thank God, that was the most important part of that segment. Uh, Xavier's just gonna poke Malice and just like, bro, you love her. Just look at her first,
I was about to say something, but now you put me on the spot. But you're not wrong.
man. Well, truly.
So how we're bringing Adamir in here out of character?
Hmm. Honestly, this is so interesting because I don't know who I wanna go approach. I'm not talking to those two creepy ass ladies. Yeah, just between Jack and the worm speaker. Hmm,
Oh,
choice.
and I will say Joseph, Malice, and Xavier all have advantage on charisma checks.
Yep. Uh, if anything, right now Joseph is just keeping staying where he's at because he already knows his position. He's not completely welcome. It's not it doesn't help anymore that there's people they've met and fought and practically tried to kill, and the Queen's already doesn't approve of him being as of who his patron is. So it's more or less the only people that like him is Rex, and that's it.
Get us the damn it. Fine. You win. Uh, can I just go approach Jack since I don't have any bad blood with him? So I just want to go. Wait, I think I'll disconnect. Wait, give me a sec. Predicted me disconnecting and it happened. Foresight, maybe. Yeah. Xavier wanna go check up on Jack. Not at all. Just seen the people here and thought you'd be the most reasonable person to talk to. At least you're more normal than these two bloody queens. Truly horrific people. And I'm out here, and you're even a pirate. I'm talking to a pirate about those horrific people. How bad can they be?
Oh God, a thought just occurred to me, and I'm so tempted, but I'm gonna. Mm, let's see.
Alright, so keep your guard up. If we're in this together, since none of them can be truly trusted if you know them. And don't know, this feels weird. What you said brought an interesting point to mind.
Cannibals!
Just wrong on so many levels.
I'm I'm gonna go simply say, can I have one of those? I haven't had a snack like that since home. Well, I'm gonna go for the Black Widow. You know how it is. If there's no risk in trying to kill you, then it ain't that. I'm gonna eat it.
Such a dumb question, Zeno. Like, it's like your first time meeting.
Can't with malice. I just can't.
For some reason, I forgot how to spell. Give me a sec. All right, I take so 1 point and then 10 points of point. I had to take 6 points of damage of it. Then I'm gonna be like, man, that is the most delicious thing I've eaten in a while. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, that made me a little queasy right there. You know what the?
Well, where I'm from, you literally have to eat things that will kill you on a moment's notice. So you end up getting some resistances. I'll go ahead and tell them some of the things that happened back home and how going to school was life and death half the time, but talk like I'm not even scared about it. Like it's just natural.
Of course she is.
I'm a clap like I
Whip.
never clapped before. Standing up immediately.
Does that, yeah,
Oh,
I was just trying to make sure on that too, because freaking the way Mallory says, like, wait, are we supposed to stand up? What the fuck?
that,
Why do so?
Yeah, as well as I. Setting.
I said very slowly.
Of course, you would use the black butler gift.
I mean, all that type was Butler bowing, and that was the only one that had a Butler bow.
Joseph looks over and goes, well, to be honest, I can say for a fact I know where I stand in this place. When I first met you, I told you who my patron was, and immediately I learned exactly where I stand in your court. And amongst the individuals I see here who I've had a run in with in some bad ways, I can understand my position in their eyes as well. So, when I look into this room, I see a lot of people with hands out looking for peace, but at the same time with knives behind their backs. This isn't exactly going to be something You, why isn't Rex here? That part was out of character. What the fuck?
Yeah, because it was either us and Freya or
I was,
just us.
I was trying to get Frey to stay so we can get Rex to go. It's some bullshit.
Just go with it, man.
Yeah, yeah, but so this piece will not be an easy one, obviously.
Well, you said it's not like adventures to be quiet, my king, my queen, but I must say, in a place like this, where most of the people on the table either want you dead or even worse, while I look at the two queens, the scorpion one and the spider, the drow one, it's weird because if I say something to offend some people, I might not leave here with my head on my shoulders.
Well,
Everyone, go ahead, Joseph.
my mother that raised me was murdered by my father, so it wasn't as if war took him, just greed of noble and a man wanting power. So, and it didn't help that as I looked to the king of the worm speakers, that this man's slave traders basically tortured and beaten me when I was growing up in one of their slave pens. I'm inciting that.
Wait, did he just mention dragons after she said never to mention that again?
Alright, well, after hearing that, I just kind of chuckle and goes, you might be being honest with your words, but you're being very selective of how you phrase it. Or you could be hiding false truths. Whichever might be the case.
Actually,
Not
that'll probably be me.
May we continue with this meeting?
Who's the one that said tiefling ones? Is the tieflings being led by any devils or anybody like that? Just asking out of character. I'm gonna go ahead and raise my hand and be like, Your Highness, just gonna let you know. The last I heard of those brethren over there down to the south of your region, because I'm not from there, but I heard that it's pretty chaotic and resources are extremely low.
You fool, she doesn't care for the resources, she wants the people. She wants the.
Or maybe she wants territory so she can invade the rest of the world. I'm
But
sorry, but after being in the presence of your island, Your Majesty, I question your motives as to how much of the world you want. I mean, especially when you were consorting with a human noble who was on the run from the law here in Rexland, and a vampire who kidnapped one of the Queen's most trusted allies. Your motives are very questionable. God damn it.
I am certainly amiable to your cause. Power is always good to have.
The problem with this meeting, in my opinion, is lack of races. As an orc myself, you'd, I'd be opposing to such things, but I don't have the power nor the armies to back up what I say. So this is why, like I said, remaining silent in most of the meeting is the smart choice. I can't say anything to the queen because if I do, it could cause to more trouble and more wars. Xavier's gonna give her a smirk and is just like, I know you have power, I'll not deny that, but you are underestimating my kind. Of course it is. Disappointing. And he just puts his head down. Yeah, he said disappointing while he looks at her and just puts his head down.
More like looking down in disgust and disapproval.
I'm gonna look heavily aroused at her face.
God damn it, Melanie.
Yes, I swear to God. You're not a bard, man. Stop.
No,
Well,
I'm
you
not
might
a
as well
bard.
be.
I just trade everything. Yes, I am. I'm an ornery type of person. I can certainly
Oh
help.
my god!
Xavier is pissed right now and he's not gonna even look at Malleus. He's just gonna avoid eye contact at all with Malleus at this point.
I'm going to say I can't help you conquest any of the Orcan islands because I have respect for Xavier here. But I can at least help you out with some of the Tiefling islands. Some of them do need some manner of control. I have to say that is actually quite reasonable. Yeah, on I can't say behalf of Rexland, but maybe we could come to some sort of agreement. You give us some of your fighting force, we give you some of the food. Some sort of joint admiration there.
Joseph will just look at her going, doesn't your land have any suitable soil for farming?
Joseph,
They literally anyone here can answer you that. No,
But you technically would be surprised. Some deserts can have some soil. That's why I'm asking.
I live in the Middle East. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
still there.
those
Shiny stone.
shiny
stones.
stones. Xavier's eye brighten when she says that.
Joseph will just look at her, going, "Those are probably gemstones, my dear."
Xavier's just gonna shut Joseph up. He's just like,
I'm going to move it and look at Xavier, going, "We're moving toward peace, so either let me
wants
speak
food.
or
She wants
yes,
food. She's gonna get the.
listen, yes,
This
but listen,
can help
but, but
everybody else in Rex
yeah,
City.
yeah, and this could help her if she hears what I have to say. So let me
I'm
speak."
gonna go ahead and cast silent, minor illusions, and show that shiny stones equals currency, which equals food.
You
Joseph will just smile and be like, as my comrade is pointing out through his magic, those stones could provide you with food for trade. You can purchase food from either Rexland or Elvenwood or anywhere else. You're not so vulnerable as you think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Uh,
don't need a jeweler's kit toolkit to know that this is shit's value.
can I roll with advantage because
I
I'm a
have a
merchant?
skills merchant. I also have the skills merchant. Can I see what's up? How much would that weigh? How much would that be?
I have a jeweler's kit tool, so yeah, I think we all can look at this and be like, I'm re-rolling with a lot. Okay.
Okay, Xavier's just gonna look at her and they're just like, all right, so since as a merchant and value, these at their current state might not be as useful as you may hope to gain you food. What I would recommend is you need to start producing it into the material itself so it can be sold to used in jewelry and such. And people such as myself are willing to help with that for a piece of the profit. And it's that.
I'll whisper over to
Ever,
Xavier and be like, "Hey, maybe you can have her help you out with the orcs and stuff."
she has no power over the Drow Queen. The Drow Queen has way more power than her. That is a fact, I know.
If you can move some orcs over to her area under the expertise of having, some guided help with the gems and stuff, you can at least give the orcs a fighting chance.
Point. Alright, I'll suggest it. Oh, please!
Joseph actually just crosses his hands, going, "You are being cheaped out. I might not know the exact amount, but that's worth more. Some of those stones are worth more than 500 slaves."
Actually,
Give
that's
your
about
heels up.
500,000 right there.
I wasn't using my jeweler's kit, so I would be able to get that exact
No,
number
no, I'm
like
talking
Malleus
about the
did, but
slaves. The average
I.
cost of a slave is about 1,000 gold, depending on how useful they are.
Oh, whoa, Malleus, buddy. You,
Whoa!
you shouldn't know these numbers.
I go ahead and point to my horns and be like, "You're not with me for the fact that I'm good. You're with me for the fact that I know some evil, and thus your friend."
Stop looking at you because I'm utterly disgusted by you at this meeting.
uh, Joseph will just say again. I feel like you're being cheated out, Your Majesty, by being given 500 slaves from the Drow Queen.
Remember,
Hey,
you have
I
to
get
Because
advantage. Yeah, I know.
of Malleus, that sexy thief.
you're disgusted by him.
That is a
Yeah.
20, dirty 20.
The problem is you're smart and you say good things, but you're just Malleus at the same time. So just benefit. The positives and the negatives are like,
I mean, yeah, I could, but at the same time, dirty 20. I mean, oh!
I mean,
well, well, well.
if it's unlucky, it would be now.
He didn't. He just did roll. So unless he wants to say I have that chance before he says the results, I cannot roll because he already. So let's see this. Other than lucky to try to get a better roll, nothing that comes to mind. Unless
Use it.
there's something in my arsenal. All right.
I have no other way to give you a bonus to that.
Yeah, no, 20 was the highest. All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna be
Just
like,
make
I
sure that doesn't come back to take off your scorpion tail in the future.
Queen, I honestly, I do not blame you for taking such an offer. 500 slaves, that is a heavy load workforce.
Yeah, but she could probably get food to keep those 500 slaves fed along with her people. She just got more mouths to feed.
She did, but once they died, there was the food for her army, and she can always do trade with Rex at a later time. It is not an end, it's just the means to now.
All right. So this is not going as I would have hoped, but Clearly, the scorpion folk are not educated well enough.
They're idiots.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I love that the queen is here. I love it. Just absolutely love it.
I don't know about that.
Let's just see what Jack and the worm, what Jack wants at this. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and like, actually,
I'm
Your
inciting him.
Highness, I'm just gonna say like, Your Highness, I am letting you know that this man is more clever than he seems. We almost killed him one time, and we thought he was purely dead, fed to a bunch of sirens. But he survived that, so he is more tenacious than what he seems. I suggest to take my advice, how you wish.
Uh, Joseph just gotta go. I'm backing up Malleus. He's clearly not a great liar, being as you're giving away a tell on your face there, Jack. As I give him a similar smirk.
Oh, please do tell if you know. You mean you're trying to open up the place of my fucking homeland? I'll go ahead, place my hands down, grip down with the fury of like a thousand suns, and I'm gonna look straight at the drow. I need your help.
Oh my god, damn.
I will literally help you conquer the Tieflings if you help me close down this damn portal. No, you don't understand. With all respect to your power and your magnificent being of a self, I could never measure up to how you are. There are beings far more powerful than most of these people on this table combined. It would be beneficial to everybody, especially if you want to conquer the whole world someday and not be conquered yourself. I am from there, and I've told you some of my stories. Now, if we ever live long enough, me and you, to conquer whatever you want to conquer altogether, I will surely help you go ahead and see hell itself without having death. Does that sound applicable to? I said, I basically told her that whatever when she conquers the portion that she's able to conquer, and if we're both living long enough to do so, that I'll help her visit hell without dying. If that seems applicable to her.
Have advantage, you mad lad.
I just rolled on my character sheet for that advantage in persuasion. My highest number was a 20. Too bad that does not apply to this
That is
game.
27. You will that I also have my tongue as well.
Uh, okay. Xavier is just gonna raise his hand to speak or whatever you're supposed to. All right, my queen. Uh, as an adventurer here, I might not have the same authority or power, but I must say this. The Silent Sails and the Scorpion Folk both are holding people that I need to face, that I need. And for me to not cause any trouble in the near future, I would hope they would deliver said people to me, since it would be better for all of us and for the sake of this meeting. No, the pirates and the scorpion folk.
Joseph's just gonna look at him going, "Do you really want to keep lying?"
Right now, I didn't say any names, so I'll give him that. I'm talking about General Tullius. Jack, Jack, Jack. I know for a fact that he is in the Silent Tales, and you've already admitted to working. So, for this meeting to end smoothly for your people, and trust me, I would believe that your people wouldn't like the meeting to be end badly for them, and that might have some consequences for you. I'd suggest you tell me where Tullius is. Trust me, I do. So you're saying he jumped in? Uh, Xavier's is gonna take this info and then look at the scorpion. And my queen, I'd like to talk to you about Otsa. Wait, what did you say? Your voice cut out for me. He was responsible for a lot of destruction that happened in my monastery, him and General Tullius. I've got some issues I'd like to resolve with him. And for a
Joseph's
year,
gonna laugh at her saying that.
you're just gonna look in her eyes and you're just like, I'll deliver a good haul of fish in the end of the month. I'd expect that I'd receive also by then. It isn't any regular fish. The taste is immaculate. Alright, you've got yourself a deal. I gladly shake her hand. And if the deal goes smoothly, maybe our relationships will get into a more serious term in the future.
Elbow him in the side, kind of when he said, "Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off." And what I was saying is, I'm just gonna poke him in the elbow when he said the word relationship.
Oh my god.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant business relationships.
Sure, buddy, sure.
Just
Just,
Xavier just blushes. just, he doesn't know what to say. Malleus put him in the corner. Just
oh
like,
my god.
just doesn't matter, alright? Just we'll see how it goes.
Joseph goes, looks at everyone at the table, goes, all right, I do have one thing to say right out the gate, which will probably put everyone at unease at their seats. I'll look to the Queen Rosina. Your Majesty, as I can honestly say and see from this position, you have the advantage here, mainly because all the pieces on the board are right where you want them. We are clearly in a spot fit for your companion, as I gesture to the dragon, to burn us all to ash with only a simple gesture. And yet we're still here talking negotiations when you could easily wipe out a good portion of the world's leaders here and now. So I'm curious, aside from peace, why are you humoring this banquet? Yeah, he was didn't show himself today for some reason, which I'm assuming is is very questionable at best. I made sure Frey would stay behind so he would come, but that didn't happen. Why are you concerned about this? And why don't you want him to show up? I thought this whole point was for peace. Oh god damn it. Don't make me incite this shit. Alright, here we go. 26. Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and put an arm in his shoulder and look at his face to try to suggest later.
Yes, Malleus?
Like we have situations to talk about, but for now, let's focus on the task at hand.
Well, she's clearly hiding something. I say this out loud for everyone.
So
What's do we want to know about King Rex that you're not sharing with all the leaders of the world? And I only bring this up being as our our associate Jack here decided to be very loose tongue about King Rex being somewhat of a monster, a tyrant. But that's not the individual we know, yet he seemed very adamant about voicing his opinion on Rex. So, what is it you know, Your Highness? Mm. I'm trying. Hmm. Feel. Don't know what I can do. Joseph just crosses his arms, going, "Please, if we're doing talks of peace, let's let us know exactly what's going on, because otherwise, this whole meeting is pretty much a farce. Especially as the others have proven to make alliances and are looking to make plans for their own endeavors. So peace doesn't sound like it's truly on the board here, Your Highness."
seems like he's got some sort of leverage then.
Damn it.
Talking to Malleus or Admir?
I have a suspicion that's why I'm doing that, so I'm not gonna interrupt
You
any
realize that
conversation.
you didn't make us go, right?
It, I'm just I have a suspicion, and I'm not gonna interrupt any conversations. I just want doing this because I feel like it's up to go on. Christina, I'm trying to see if maybe I'm detecting any school of magic on her. Like illusion. School of magic. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm making sure it's actually her and not somebody else. And it looks like Admir's not letting it go either. That's fucking awesome. Yes! Pin it! Uh, okay, so that is the real her. That was my whole thing. That's what I wanted to make sure. So quick to evade our question.
Uh, Xavier is just gonna look at Joseph and is just like, if it was that extreme, King Rex wouldn't have sent us here. If he doesn't trust her, then he wouldn't have sent us. He clearly does. Just get along and listen to his explanation when we get.
It's my concern is why she doesn't trust him.
Uh, Joseph, not to be rude or anything, it's best never to trust anyone fully. And I'm gonna point to the Drow Queen and be like, "Isn't that right, Your Highness?" And my Scorpion Queen here too. Do you trust?
Xavier is just gonna look at you and they're just like, you can trust the fish delivery at the end of the month.
See what I mean, Joseph? Trust is hardly ever necessary. What we need here is actions.
Joseph looks to Malleus going, I trust you all to do exactly what you do best. And coming from someone that knows how to lie, maybe cheat and steal, I know for a fact that everyone in this room has their own motives. And you're clearly making yours known, Malleus. But it's not the need that I need trust from the Queen. It's that her fear concerns me.
Discuss this fear women personally with our associate Rex. But otherwise, stick with this task.
Your Highness, if I could probably move to the other side of the table for what might happen next to our esteemed king here, I would be most gracious.
Wait, 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 wait. Are you telling me that you brought the dragon horn to this?
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the horn.
You violence shouldn't be an option while we're sitting here, my man.
He's about to rain hellfire upon us. Do you want me to knock it out of his head or let it happen?
Many ways better than to cast a spell at him. But sure, go ahead, can't stop you.
I mean, it's faster than running over and trying to snagging it.
Well,
I mean, if he is gonna polymorph him, there's no sense in me casting a spell because it'll move. My target will move. Oh yeah, by the way, Admir, I kind of know what your character is now because I was poking around with some feats to give Meta an idea for his human character. I was using Joseph. I saw an interesting feat. Very interesting. The one your character will be playing as. Uh, hmm.
uh, Xavier's just gonna look at the one person he thinks smart enough to check it out. Just Admir, do you have any history of this or any knowledge?
I gotta go. I got work. Later.
I could very much use that, by the way.
Uh, Not only that, Malleus, do you really think it's a good idea to keep even this thing to exist? It could cause a lot of destruction.
Let's just say when we get to the obelisk part, that would be a real good last minute save. Perhaps. Perhaps it is a not my best idea.
You've been the voice of reason this meeting into my ear, so clearly I have to tell you this time, this is a bad idea. Yeah,
I am gonna simply raise my hand up and say, so what are we gonna do about this dragon lord here? He isn't gonna take kindly to being polymorph. Say with the combined power that we have at this table, we should have more than enough power to get rid of him right here and now, but that is dependent on every person on this table.
did you not pay attention to the meeting? The whole point was not to cause n- n- not needless bloodshed.
Agreed, but if we have a person on the table who would not cooperate, we have here an alliance. An alliance is a truce to a battle.
I don't think this is an alliance. There's a big difference between a ceasefire and an alliance.
I mean, it all depends on the rest of this table here, what they want to do with somebody who wants to take possibly their dragons later on.
The only one with a dragon to be worried about this is the queen herself, and I'm sure she can handle it by herself. Am I right, my queen?
That is
My queen, I wouldn't recommend that at all. Is that the drow woman? Well, half orc at that. Excuse you. Hmm, Man. Well, have this, and I'm about to do a baller move. I turn into her. I'm a baller. I'm a baller. I turn into her. Really, you think so? I don't know. Feels like this body is kind of dumbing me down. Just like, you're right. It wasn't dumbing me out. It's just the ego. Sorry for that. Hmm. Well, I have no say in this, as you said, since I'm just a mudblood orc. But if ancient dragons come rain upon you, let's just say I warned you,
actually
and I'm
you
sure you want
have to say,
to.
Xavier. Ancient dragons would be kind of devastating to any nation here, and if he has that sort of power, he is the biggest. How do I say this? Problem at the table. Everyone has their reasons, and everybody has their way to try to get power, and we can work around that. He's the only one that will not back down from his idea, especially if he.
Malleus, Malleus, I must interrupt you. Do you think he doesn't have people working for him? Do you think he doesn't people who will continue his mission after his demise? Those people will want revenge, and revenge, it comes down hard when you have ancient dragons on your side. So if you really want to kill their king right now or even torture him, that's on you.
Well, it's not on me. I'm not the one holding him hostage.
But you're trying to put reason into doing such things, which you're smart enough to know what will they will lead.
I'm also smart enough to know a threat when I see one.
You have a point, but that always comes to the question: if you know a child will grow up to be evil, should you kill the child before he bears any sin or not? He
I'm a
hasn't
fool.
committed the he hasn't committed the crime yet, so you can't judge him. But if that's what you want, that's how you see it.
I mean you with the greatest of respect, but if you can see my horns and where I'm from, children die every day.
Yes, but are they for reasons such as this?
Either way, it is my
Xavier just gonna got the information, he got everything. He'll just be like, since you guys are with this, I can't say I support you on that one, but it's your call. But I won't stick here with it. Just leave the room.
Is there a way for you to drop this whole dragon gathering things and just have us help you? Is there anyone expecting you to come back? Now, this certainly complicates things. Well, Xavier, what do you think we should do then, since you're the one that's looking for?
Well, not gonna deny, he clearly is a demented person. But as I look around the room, I see two other people just as demented.
True,
From
but if you had choose him or this queen here, which would you rather?
I'm not here to make choices. I'm here to settle the score.
I think he's pointed out his point very clearly. He wants all dragons back. She will not return this dragon or give up her dragon.
Then I assume we're stuck at a stalemate. This can either go one of two ways. This horn can be used and for dragons to come, or he can be killed, and eventually one of his minions can get his hands on the horn once again and can lead him to.
Then I suggest if you think the horn is such a danger, we just destroy the damn thing then. At a safer location. This type of weapon is like a nuke. You can't direct it. One use of it, anybody in the region is gonna die. Unless you have control of dragons, which this guy.
Jesus Christ. Admir is right. She throws so much shade at Rex.
I
Well,
will keep that option in mind then.
if you plan to kill him now, then this horn can't stay with any of the leaders.
I think it's in best in our hands then.
It is, but hmm, the problem is you've said that you're willing to use it, and I don't think that could lead to any good.
Even if we don't use it, which is fair, we still should keep this away from anybody who will use it for the wrong.
I suppose that might be true. All right. But it could be like a suicide mission. Uh, Teleport is a thing. A lot of bad things can still happen.
What idea is that?
No, this is for their weird ritual.
As much as I like that idea is also dangerous. Mm, I, Queen here, you see here, the thing is, I absolutely love that idea, but the same token, if he ever gets back his sanity and knows how to control them, he will dethrone you. And that is a risk you're willing to take. I have to say I am attracted to your 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 strength and gall here, but I have to say the risk is gonna be high, Your Highness. I think it is a good idea to throw this in a volcano if it would destroy it. And to deal with this person, I think we should give him to the queen herself,
Wait, which queen?
the drow one.
No, no, this is clearly a biased opinion.
The only reason that I say this is because
You
the
want to
one that
fuck him.
no, no, that's besides the point. I'm gonna fuck her regardless, but or get fucked by her, either or. But the point is, if she has the power enough to subdue anything, it will be her. We keep this here. It is close enough to fight for this guy. Is also gonna attack Rexland for it. The one who has the best military strength to deal with this is the Drow.
So, so the plan is to throw the horn in the volcano and give whatever his name is to the drow.
That is correct.
No, he's out of commission. There's a difference. Wait, we already know another one with the wish spell. The girl in the swamp. Yeah, you forgot her name as well, but yeah, she had it. Well, turning him into a fly wouldn't do any good. If you want to end his life, you might as well end his life right now. But at the same time, giving him to the brow is might lead to some trouble because if he can regain, not even if he can regain consciousness, if the queen can force him into controlling the dragons, the consequences will be dire.
He'll be dire a century from now, when most of us are dead.
So you'd prefer to screw over the future generations.
I come from
My opinion is if you're not gonna keeping him captive is not a option here. You either kill him right now and you commit to it and you destroy the horn, or you let him live, go without his horn to his minions, or you may choose the latter.
Letting him go means war now.
Like I said, you may choose the other option, which is death. Jesus Christ. Just alright. There's no going back at this point, so fuck it. Fuck it all. Peace was never an option.
Wait, no, no, we already canceled the polymorph.
There's no
Uh,
honestly, just as long as we destroy the horn, I'm okay with it. Problem is, I don't want to be part of initiative. It's not something I want.
all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do what I do special, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that bonus casting. I'm gonna cast my cantrip poison spray at him, and then my and and I now have a advantage on not being hit.
Well, my character never wanted this to even happen, but since it already happened and there's no stopping it at this point, because, yeah, uh, he's just gonna attempt and knock him out with a few stunning strikes. So give me a sec. I assume only the first two hit. And I put stunning strike on both of them. So I need two con saves. Both fail. So now he is stunned until the end of my next turn. So have fun, guys. You get advantage. It's like he's incapacitated. That's if it's a attack spell. If it's DC Dex stuff, automatic. Pretty sure. I'm not sure. So check. Death
Yep.
save. Yeah, but the, I'm not sure if he can actually try and do a dex save with disadvantage.
When you're incapacitated or stunned like that, you fail deck saves according to the real.
All right. So since that is done, now that I've got blood on my hands, it's time to get rid of that thing.
I'm gonna clap my hands and be like, Xavier, I didn't think you had it in your body.
As much as I disliked that happening, I'm not gonna put you guys in danger.
Aw, you're gonna make me blush.
Well, that's payback for what you did with the Scorpion Queen.
You both know you want to be the Scorpion King. See, here's the thing about being adventurous is possible deniability, Your Highness. You guys had nothing to do with this.
Well, the plan is simple, my queen. Adventurers like to brag about what they've done, and we'll just have to brag in a few taverns about us killing him. Of course, that make us their target, but
I
sacrifice
believe
to make.
I believe Xavier does have a point.
Xavier's just gonna wave his hand. He's just like, well, crazy how the queen who supported torture didn't want death more, right? Uh, Xavier just chuckles as he's leaving at the irony. Of course, you're delighted because bad stuff is gonna happen. Like I know to us. So obvious. You debated it. You debated it so much. Like you're just like kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Until we killed him, and when we kill him, you're just like, oh, there's gonna be consequences.
Before I leave, I'm gonna bow to the queen of the drow and be like, at a later time.
And Xavier's gonna wave at the Scorpion Queen, and he's just like, shall discuss the business relationships later.
Relationship key.
Business, business.
Good that business. I'm gonna go ahead and see plus and minus. Like I'm gonna basically tell him what basically what happened at the banquet, with the story being that I murdered one of the politicians. Get out of your room, sir. Bradley, get out of your room.
You're not allowed to come in my kingdom until you apologize.
It'd have been worse. My parents made me squat for like an hour. You know, when you hold some books in your hands, and then you squat, and then you hold that position for as long as you can, up to.
Oh, yeah, that's a wall stand, my guy.
I got some Maximus glutens though, because of it though.
Just crazy how we ended up just doing all of this. It's that, like okay, Zeno, like I know you're not within shot of my fist, but believe me, Zeno, I will deliver. But Queen, I have things I have to do in the kingdom in 75 years. Zeno, you, what's up? Dyslexic? Are you dyslexic or what's up? He meant that she's not gonna let him be in Elvenwood for 100 years. But the joke is, he has stuff to do in 75 years. It's crazy how you don't understand such a simple concept. It's because all right, elves live long. Woo. Gosh, this is crazy. First of all, now the world speakers are after us. I don't think you guys realize how big of an issue that is. And clearly, I'm the only adult here, right? Well, okay, so we have to do Sharat's quest to level up, and another level up for me will be after I give the fish to the queen, of course, and I have to kill also afterwards. Uh, so that's two levels right there. What else do we have to do? Or which is plausible for us to do?
I never got to lay the Drow Queen though.
It's gonna happen. It's like my business with the Scorpion Queen. And
Yep, you're gonna get that business.
yeah, exactly. I love that just me and Malleus are just gonna be kings. Literally.
See, but in my position is a king ain't shit in the Drow Kingdom. If
Good
anything, I'm
point.
a toy.
Point. Well, I don't think the Scorpion Kingdom is that bad. Wait, what's level up that could be easy, Admir? All right. So okay, that's all plausible stuff. So that's like three levels, hopefully, if we play it correctly. Man, it's crazy that I have to go stop my greatest nemesis from becoming a demigod. But yeah, because I'm sure Joseph and Shorel are gonna be so fine. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, the witching hole to kill a demigod? Sure, man. Why didn't you say so before?" Well, actually, now that I'm actually a druid with some decent spells, I have water breathing, and we can all dive in the water and have a shit ton of fun together.
Hey, I can do that too.
Awesome. Accept that. Different.
Yeah, see, I wasn't actually expecting that to be a quest, but yeah, that sounds. The thing
Awesome.
is, I
Like,
haven't told Zeno what is in the cart, so that's gonna be fun.
just Malice starts listing his favorite legendary items in the game. Just what a coincidence! These stuff are in my cart. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Man, that was a fun session with full of twists and events. Bro,
Well,
you
my
forgot
character is very easy.
my character for as much as He loves combat. He doesn't like unneeded death. So that was like part of the conflict right there with him.
That character's all about getting more contacts.
We know, all right? You made it very clear, multiple occasions, man.
I mean, you can get contact 12 with him if you want.
Just wait. Are you talking about me? I don't hire people. I pay them for their services. How is that different? You may start thinking to yourself. Well, the thing is, it's not. Yeah, no, it's the same thing. Ah, geez, Zeno, I'm gonna start thinking about this campaign all over again. I was finally having some relief in my mind, which I didn't have to think about D&D 24/7. But because of you, it's gonna happen again. It's one of like this is one of the best sessions you've ever ran, Zeno. Of course, yeah, the role playing was amazing. Made me truly hate Malleus as a person to the core. Just made me hate the person Malleus is. I'm talking about the character, by the way. Just not, not attacking you personally right now. Just flirting with the Drow Queen, and then he's just like, sure, I'll sell out my tiefling guys if you just want to lay the pipe. If you want to lay the pipe, fuck them tieflings. I'll help you make them
See,
your
see,
slave.
the thing is, they're not even my people of tieflings. They're different people of tiefling.
Oh yeah, so that makes it all right.
To me, it's really convenient. Like,
You're just looking for excuses to make yourself feel better about the horrible thing you're doing. Just crazy. What did you say? Uh,
Admir, I think.
yeah, Admir has it.
Yeah, we wouldn't let it go.
Admir, I don't know your character, so I don't think he's the sneaky, shitty type. So I just hope you actually burn it, man. I just hope you actually throw it in lava when it's time to do so. Malleus, you get 5 points for that pun. Just you get 5 cool points. You know, you will encourage it. You wouldn't only not stop it.
That is true. I am not exactly a good character person. It's no fun being a